It's a bright idea to dunk it, or to crunch it, or unscrew it, or to lick it, or to trick it. But no matter what you do, it's true. It's fun to munch a creamy, crunchy chocolate. Oreo.
Now, I'm not particularly precious when it comes to brand name foods, but there are a few exceptions, and one of those is Oreos. I have tried a lot of off-brand name Oreo, and none of them live up to the original. The Oreo is the best Oreo that money can buy. But what if you could make a better Oreo? To the bake cave, Robin! Okay, fine. It's more a kitchen than a cave, but there's still baking involved, so it counts. Now, our first step is going to make those chocolatey wafers of vengeance, which will then be sandwiched around a frosty sweet filling of justice. To the bake mixer!
To make the dough, we're going to combine 1 stick of unsalted butter, a half a cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup, a half teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt in the bowl of a standard mixer. Using a paddle attachment, mix on low speed until moistened, and then increase to medium and beat until light and fluffy, about 5 minutes. Make sure about halfway through to scrape down the bowl with a spatula, just in case the machine didn't get everything.
Human mechanisms are made by human hands, Robin. None of them is infallible. It's a lesson which must be faced.
Next, you're going to sift 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour with 1/3 of a cup plus 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and then sprinkle that into the butter mixture while mixing on low. Once it's formed a stiff dough, turn off the machine and use your hands to knead it into a smooth ball, and then divide in half and flatten into discs.
Will Joe use the dough immediately? Will he wrap it in plastic and refrigerate for up to 1 week? Will Boomer get more Treatos? Answers tomorrow night. Same time, same channel. One hint. The most delicious is yet to come.
Sometime later.
When you're ready to make the cookies, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Then, on a surface dusted with cocoa, roll out one of your discs into a roughly 7-inch square, about 1/4 inch thick. At this point, if you've got an embossed roller, now's the time to use it. Otherwise, continue to roll out the dough until it's about 1/8 inch thick. Use an offset spatula to loosen the dough from your surface, brush away the excess cocoa powder, and then use a 1.5 to 2 inch fluted cutter to stamp out your cookies. Arrange the cookies on a lined baking sheet, and then repeat until you've used all the dough. Bake the cookies for about 15 minutes, and then let cool completely on the baking sheet. Next up is the filling. It's important to note that you can't make this in advance, so make sure your cookies are already baked and cooled. In a saucepan over medium-low heat, you're going to add 6 ounces of unsalted butter. Then simmer that until the butter stops hissing and popping. If you start seeing the butter solids turning brown around the edges, then just turn the heat down to low. Once complete, strain the butter into the bowl of your mixer and attach the paddle again. Then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/8 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar. Mix on low to incorporate, and then increase to medium for about 5 minutes until creamy and soft. Then transfer the filling to a pastry bag and start constructing your delicious, delicious cookies. Turn half your wafers upside down and pipe about a tablespoon's worth of filling on each. Top them with the remaining wafers and join them together with a gentle twist. Then transfer them to an airtight container and let stand for about 30 minutes. The cookies will be good for about a week at room temperature, up to a month in the fridge, or 3 months frozen.
Okay, folks, we are into the finals. We have on the left the classic Oreo, and on the right, the homemade Oreo. Let's go with the base. Go crunch, light, spicy. More crunch, less flaky. I think I like the filling in this one more. I would say it's not going to replace the Oreo for me, but it is pretty good. I'd probably make them for the holidays or for gifts or something. I will say it is super messy to make these. There was cocoa powder everywhere. So that's the one downside. Better than I expected. Didn't beat out the Oreos, but I would definitely make them again, and you should try as well. Until next time, I'll see you on the next episode of Am I Hungry or Am I Bored?